Planning your trip to the 2026 World Cup in New York? Well, you're in the right place. In this guide, we're covering everything you need to know: where to stay, how to get around, stadium access, safety tips, and all the practical details to make your trip incredible. I've done the research so you don't have to. Let's dive in and get you ready for New York. So, you're heading to New York for the World Cup in 2026. How exciting is that? And here's the big thing. MetLife Stadium is hosting the final, the championship match on July 19th, 2026. The biggest game in the world right here in the New York area. Beyond the final, MetLife is hosting 8 total World Cup matches, group stage games, knockout rounds, the works. We're talking June and early July, prime summer in New York. The energy is going to be absolutely electric, and this is the first time the World Cup has come to the New York area. The whole world will be watching, and you'll be right here for it. And I'm Scott. My sons and I love traveling to sporting events together, and we're planning our own World Cup adventure in 2026. Building these guides is a part of that journey. I want to make sure we all have an incredible time, and I'm excited to help you make 2026 unforgettable too. All right, let's get into the details and get you ready for this adventure. First things first, how do you actually get to New York? You've got 3 major airports to choose from. JFK International Airport is the big one. This is New York's main international gateway, and if you're coming from overseas, you'll probably land here. It's about 15 miles from Manhattan and about 25 miles from MetLife Stadium. Solid choice, especially for international travelers. Newark Liberty International Airport is technically in New Jersey, but don't let that throw you off. It's actually closer to Manhattan than JFK in many cases, and it's only about 16 miles from Midtown. And here's the kicker. It's only about 10 miles from MetLife Stadium. If easy stadium access is your priority, Newark might be your best bet. LaGuardia Airport is the closest to Manhattan at only about 8 miles, but it's primarily a domestic airport. If you're flying in from within the U.S., LaGuardia works great. It's about 20 miles from the stadium. For most international visitors, I'd say Newark or JFK are your best bets. Newark gives you the easiest stadium access from around the world. All right, you've landed. Now, how do you get into the city or to your hotel? From JFK, the easiest and cheapest way is the air train plus subway combo. Take the air train from your terminal to Jamaica Station or Howard Beach, then hop on the subway into Manhattan. Total cost is around $11 and takes about an hour to Midtown. If you'd rather take a taxi or rideshare, you're looking at around $70 to $90 to Manhattan, maybe an hour with traffic. From Newark, this is actually super easy. Take the air train to Newark Liberty Airport Station. It's free within the airport. Then catch NJ Transit into Penn Station, Manhattan. Takes about 30 to 40 minutes and costs around $15. You can also take NJ Transit directly toward the stadium area if that's where you're headed. Taxis or ride shares run about $60 to $80 to Manhattan. Now from LaGuardia, LaGuardia doesn't have a direct train connection, which is its main downside. Your options are the M60 bus to the subway, cheapest at around $3, or a taxi ride share for about $40 to $60 to Manhattan. One quick note on rental cars. Unless you're planning to drive around beyond just New York and the stadium, skip it. Parking in Manhattan is expensive and stressful. Traffic is constant, and the public transit system will get you everywhere you need to go. Save yourself the headache and the money. So let's talk about where to stay now, the neighborhoods. This is a big one. Where you stay can really make or break your trip, especially during the tournament when hotels are going to be packed. Let me give you the straight truth. Hotel prices during the tournament are going to be significantly higher than what you'd normally pay in New York. We're talking probably 2 to 3 times normal rates, maybe more for properties close to the stadium. The key is finding a neighborhood that gives you the right balance of access to the stadium, things to do, and somewhat reasonable pricing. Midtown Manhattan is the classic first-timer choice. You're in the absolute heart of everything. Times Square, Broadway, Rockefeller Center, thousands of restaurants and bars within walking distance. About 45 to 60 minutes to MetLife Stadium by public transit or rideshare. Hotels run $400 to $800 plus per night during the tournament. Great if you want the full New York experience and don't mind crowds and premium prices. It's not ideal though if quick stadium access is your top priority. Let's talk about Long Island City, Queens. This is actually my top pick for football fans who want easier stadium access. Long Island City is right across the East River from Manhattan, literally one subway stop from Midtown, but it feels completely different. It's more relaxed, it's got modern hotels, great views of the Manhattan skyline. The huge advantage here is you're much closer to MetLife Stadium, about 20 to 30 minutes depending on traffic and transit. Hotels tend to run $300 to $600 per night during the tournament, and you're getting newer properties with better amenities. You get easy access to both the stadium and Manhattan with a more laid-back vibe and slightly better prices. Let's talk about Jersey City and Hoboken in New Jersey. These are the closest neighborhoods to the stadium that still have good hotel options and things to do. You're across the Hudson River from Manhattan with incredible skyline views. It's about 15 to 25 minutes to MetLife Stadium, and you can get into Manhattan in about 15 to 20 minutes via PATH train or ferry. Hotels here run $250 to $500 per night during the tournament, generally more affordable than Manhattan. It's got a good mix of chain hotels and some boutique options. It's the best choice if stadium access is your priority and you want to save some money. You're not technically in New York City, but you're close to everything. Let's talk about Brooklyn, Williamsburg, or downtown Brooklyn. If you want a cooler, more local vibe, Brooklyn is great. Williamsburg is known for its food scene and younger energy. Downtown Brooklyn is more residential, but well connected by subway. These areas are about 40 to 50 minutes from the stadium, similar to Manhattan. Hotels run $300 to $600 per night during the tournament. You get a very different feel. It's more neighborhood focused, great food, less touristy. It's a good choice if you want an authentic New York experience, but aren't as focused on quick stadium access. Let's talk about Newark, New Jersey. This is the budget-conscious choice. You're right near the airport, hotels are significantly cheaper, and you're close to the stadium, about 15 to 20 minutes to MetLife. The downside is Newark isn't a tourist destination. There's not a ton to do locally, and you're about 20 to 30 minutes from Manhattan by train. Hotels might run $150 to $300 during the tournament, significantly less than anywhere else. This is best for travelers who want to minimize cost and prioritize stadium access over the full New York experience. All right, quick thing. I know I'm covering a lot here, but I'm just scratching the surface. Over the next few weeks, I'm planning on releasing deeper dives on this city, specific neighborhood breakdowns, hotel recommendations, a complete MetLife Stadium guide with seating charts and access strategies, food, district tours, all of it. If you're coming to New York for the tournament, whether you've already got tickets or you're still deciding, subscribe so you can catch those when they drop. You're going to want that detail once you know you're coming here. Also, I put together a complete PDF guide that's going to make this entire trip easier, from planning to when you're actually walking around New York. When you're planning hotel comparison charts so you can see all of your options and pick the right neighborhood, packing checklists so you don't forget anything, budget breakdowns so you know exactly what to expect, the whole 9 yards. And when you're there or here, you'll get restaurant lists with exact addresses you can pull up on your phone, sample itineraries you can follow, emergency contacts if anything goes wrong, everything you need right in your pocket. Download it to your phone or print it out. It's available in Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Arabic, Japanese, Mandarin, Korean, and English. It's a pinned comment, so grab it now. You'll use it while booking hotels and then every day while you're here. All right, let's talk about MetLife Stadium. This is where all the action is happening. Let me give you the details you need to know. So here are the basics. MetLife holds about 82,500 people, making it one of the largest stadiums in the country. It's home to both the New York Giants and the New York Jets NFL football teams. It's really designed to handle massive crowds and big events. The stadium is located in East Rutherford, New Jersey, about 10 miles west of Manhattan. But don't let the New Jersey location throw you. This is the New York area's premier sporting venue, and it's hosted Super Bowls, major concerts, you name it. For the 2026 tournament, MetLife is hosting 8 matches, including the final on July 19th. This is the biggest game in the world happening right here. Getting to the stadium, here's the truth. Getting to MetLife on match day is going to take some planning. The stadium wasn't built with extensive public transit in mind since it's primarily used for NFL football games where people drive in, but the tournament, there's going to have special transit set up. Your best bet is NJ Transit. They'll run special trains from Penn Station, Manhattan, and from other stations across New Jersey directly to the Meadowlands Station, which is right by the stadium. Expect these trains to be packed on match days. I'm talking sardine can packed, but they work. From Penn Station, the ride is about 25 to 30 minutes to the stadium on a direct train. On match days, plan for this to take longer with crowds. You can also take a rideshare or taxi, but be prepared for traffic. From Manhattan, you're looking at $50 to $80 each way, and on match day, you might sit in traffic for an hour or more getting close to the stadium. If you do this, have your driver drop you off early, like a mile away, and walk the rest. Seriously. Traffic getting into the parking lots is going to be brutal. So let's talk about when to arrive. For the tournament, plan to arrive at least 2 to 3 hours before kickoff. I know that sounds excessive, but trust me on this. Security lines are going to be long, transit is going to be crowded, and you don't want to miss the opening ceremony or the first minutes of the match. If you're taking NJ Transit, catch a train that gets you there 2.5 to 3 hours early. You can hang out in the stadium, grab food, soak up the atmosphere. It's way better than stressing in a security line while the match is starting. The stadium experience is going to be amazing. MetLife is a modern stadium with good facilities. You've got plenty of concession stands, bars, bathrooms, all the usual amenities. Food inside is standard stadium fare, hot dogs, burgers, pizza, beer, and it's expensive, as you'd expect. Figure about $15 to $20 for basic food items, $15 to $18 for beer. The bag policy is going to be strict. Small, clear bags only. Think 12 inches by 6 inches by 12 inches or smaller. No backpacks or large purses. Check the official tournament guidelines before you go, but plan to travel light. Cell service can be spotty inside with 80,000 plus people all on their phones. So be sure you download your tickets ahead of time, take screenshots of important info, and don't count on being able to make calls during the match. After the match, there's really one main thing to do if you choose so, and that's try to stay inside if you can, because it gets tricky. When 80,000 people all try to leave at once, it's chaos. The trains will be packed, the traffic will be gridlocked. My advice is don't rush out. Hang back for 20 to 30 minutes after the final whistle. Let the initial surge clear out, grab another beer, take some photos, enjoy the atmosphere. When you do leave, the lines will be much more manageable. If you're taking the train, expect a wait. They'll be running extra trains, but you might still wait 30 to 45 minutes to board. Be patient, stay hydrated, and go with the flow. So here's what to bring. Make sure you bring a small, clear bag with your essentials, tickets, digital and screenshot backup, your ID, some cash, because not all vendors take the credit card, your phone charger if you've got a portable one, some sunscreen. It's summer and parts of the stadium are exposed to the sun, and a light rain jacket just in case. Here's what not to bring. Large bags, backpacks, outside food or drinks, because they won't let you in with it. Anything valuable that you need. So let me give you the basics on getting around New York, because if you've never been here, the subway system can feel overwhelming. The subway, the New York City subway, is the best way to get around, and it runs 24/7. And it's the best way, really, like I said, to get around Manhattan and the outer boroughs. It's not the cleanest system in the world, and it can be hot and crowded, but it works, and it's cheap. You'll need a Metro card, or you can use your phone with OMNY, the contactless payment system. A single ride is $2.90. If you're staying for several days, consider getting an unlimited 7-day Metro card for $34. If you're taking 3+ trips a day, it pays for itself. The subway map looks complicated, but focus on the lines you need. Most visitors stick to a few key lines, the 1, the 2, the 3. They run up and down the west side of Manhattan. The 4, the 5, the 6 runs up the east side, and the N, the Q, the R, the double run through Midtown, and the 7 goes to Queens. Getting to the stadium from Manhattan. I recommend you take the subway to Penn Station, and lots of lines go there. The 1, 2, 3, the A, C, E, the N, Q, R, or W, and then catch NJ Transit to the Meadowlands. On match days, follow the crowd. Everyone's going to the same place. Let's talk about taxis and ride shares. Uber and Lyft work great in New York. Yellow cabs are everywhere too. For short trips in Manhattan, expect $15 to $25. To the stadium from Manhattan, figure $50 to $80 depending on traffic. Walking in New York is easy to do because New York is a walking city. Midtown to the Empire State Building, 10-minute walk. Times Square to Central Park, 15 minutes. Don't underestimate how much ground you can cover on foot, and honestly, it's the best way to see the city. Now here's your match day strategy. On match days, give yourself way more time than you think you need. If you're in Manhattan and kickoff is at 3 p.m., leave your hotel by 11:30 a.m. or noon. I'm serious. The trains will be packed. There will be delays, and you don't want to be stressing. Let's talk food, because eating well in New York is one of the highlights. The classics that you can't come to New York and miss are pizza, pizza, pizza. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole which place is best debate, but here's the deal. Almost any corner slice shop in Manhattan will give you good New York pizza. It's thin crust, it's foldable, and it's usually around $3 to $4 a slice. Grab a couple slices and a soda and you're set. Bagels are the other must-try food. Get a fresh bagel with cream cheese and lox, which is smoked salmon, from any decent bagel shop. That's a New York breakfast. Now here's where to eat. For dinners and exploring, some of the best food neighborhoods are Greenwich Village, East Village, and the Lower East Side for variety and good prices. Chelsea has great options too. In Queens, hit up Jackson Heights or Flushing for the best Asian and Latin American food in the country. Now here are a few practical tips. Tipping is expected. 18 to 20% at restaurants, $1 to $2 per drink at bars. Most places add a service charge for large groups, so be sure to check your bill. New York restaurants get packed during prime dinner hours, 7 to 9 p.m. So either go early, make reservations, or be prepared to wait. If you want detailed restaurant recommendations with addresses and what to order, that's all in the PDF guide I mentioned earlier. So it's way too much to cover here, so be sure you download that guide. Now let's talk about safety. This is something that we need to address head on because people always ask. New York is generally safe, especially in the tourist areas where you'll be spending your time. Millions of people visit each year without issue. That said, make sure you use common sense. Don't flash expensive jewelry or electronics. Keep your belongings close on the subway. Don't leave bags unattended. Stay aware of your surroundings, especially late at night. Common scams to watch out for are guys doing 3-card Monte on the street. It's always rigged, so don't play. Be sure to look out for people in costumes in Times Square who want tips for photos. They'll usually ask for $20 to $40. It's ridiculous. And be sure to look out for anyone selling anything on the street. Bootleg merchandise, discount tickets, just be sure to skip it because it's all fake and none of it's good. And look out for the classic I need money for the bus, for a ticket, or similar sob stories. For tournament tickets, only buy from official sources or verified resale platforms. Fake tickets are a real thing, and you don't want to fly across the world only to get turned away at the gate. Let's talk about money and costs. New York is expensive. There's no way around it. Make sure you budget accordingly. Most places take credit card, but they carry some but be sure you carry some cash for street food, tips, and smaller establishments. ATMs are everywhere. A realistic daily budget for food and activities is about $100 to $150 per person if you're being moderate. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, a few drinks, subway fare, and maybe a museum or attraction. You can do it cheaper if you eat street food and skip the bars, or you can spend way more if you're doing nice dinners and Broadway shows. The emergency number in New York is 911 for police, fire, or medical emergencies. All right, quick reminder. This video is just the overview. I'm planning on releasing full deep dives on New York over the next few weeks. Those will cover neighborhood guides, stadium breakdowns, where to eat by district, all the details you need. Subscribe so you don't miss those, especially once you've got your tickets and you're planning the specifics. And grab that free PDF guide from the pinned comment. You'll use it while you're planning. It's got hotel comparisons, packing lists, budget breakdowns, and then you'll use it every day when you're actually here, and it has restaurant addresses, MetLife seating charts, sample itineraries, emergency contacts, all of it ready on your phone. It's available in Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Arabic, Japanese, Mandarin, Korean, and English. So, safe travels. New York in 2026 is going to be absolutely incredible, and we're glad to see you there.